Dear students, in this class we are going to see SAR of corticosteroids. For that, first we have written the example as prednisolone. That is a glucocorticoid. So what is the structure for prednisolone? It is having the basic nucleus of steroid, two angular methyl groups. First ring, no, that is having two bonds inside, one between 1 and 2, another between 4 and 5. At third position it is having ketone. 11th position it is having hydroxy. 17th position it is having alpha hydroxy. And 17th it is having COCH2OH. So that is the structure for prednisolone. So what is the basic one for corticosteroids? So that should have 21 carbon atoms. So all should have 21 carbon atoms. Now here only the nucleus, steroidal nucleus is getting 17 carbons, and the two angular methyl groups, now they are getting 18th number and 19th number, and at 17th position it is having substituents, 2 carbon substituent means 20, 21. So totally all the hormones, all the adrenal cortical hormones should have 21 carbon atoms. Then alpha beta unsaturated ketone in ring A. So this is a ketone, and according to that ketone, this position is called alpha and this one is called beta. So bond is between alpha beta. So unsaturation is between alpha beta. That's why it is called alpha beta unsaturated ketone. So ring A is having alpha beta unsaturated ketone. And at ring D, this is ring D, A, B, C, D. So this is ring D, and this ring D is having alpha ketyl side chain. What is meant by ketyl? Ketyl is having, ketyl means I should have a ketone and also hydroxy group. So that can be called as a ketyl. So it is having alpha ketyl side chain in ring D. So what is the important point? So all the adrenal cortical hormone should have 21 carbon atoms, alpha beta unsaturated ketone in ring A, and at ring D it should have alpha ketyl side chain. So what is that? It is having ketone group, that is 3 ketone, and double bond is present between 4 and 5. So C4, C5 unsaturation. And in ring A, all should have that one, that is alpha beta unsaturated ketone. If it is having additional unsaturation in ring A, what happens? The anti-inflammatory activity would be increased, anti-rheumatic properties would be increased, but which would be decreased? Sodium retention would be decreased. So what is the use of this extra bond, that is additional unsaturation? The anti-inflammatory activity, anti-rheumatic properties would be increased, but sodium retention would be decreased. The example is, while comparing with cortisone and hydrocortisone, prednisone and prednisolone are having increased anti-inflammatory activity, increased anti-rheumatic properties, because these two are having extra double bond between 1 and 2 while comparing with cortisone and hydrocortisone. How much it would be potent? 4 times it would be more active as an anti-inflammatory agent or anti-rheumatic agent. Now come to 6th position. So in 6th position, it is having alpha methyl group, means the mineralocorticoid activity would be increased. And at 9th position, it is having alpha fluoro group, means both the properties, that is both glucocorticoid and the mineralocorticoid properties would be increased. In 11th position, the presence of oxygen is important for glucocorticoid activity, and that is not important for mineralocorticoid activity. So if it is having oxygen in 11th position, so that is responsible for glucocorticoid activity. In that, in 11th position, that is beta hydroxy substituent, means that is more potent than 11 ketone group. So instead of ketone, that is beta hydroxy, means that would be more potent. This alpha hydroxy group is important for glucocorticoid activity. If it is alpha hydroxy, means that is also important for glucocorticoid activity. So for glucocorticoid activity, here at 11th position, there should be oxygen. That oxygen is important for glucocorticoid activity. And come to 21st position. So in 21 position, hydroxy group is there, means that is essential for mineralocorticoid activity. So for glucocorticoid activity, which position would be important? 11th position, and in that oxygen would be important. For mineralocorticoid, 21st position would be important. So in that, hydroxy group is responsible for mineralocorticoid activity, but not for glucocorticoid activity. Now we are introducing methyl group or hydroxy group to the 16th position. So in 16th position, if you are introducing methyl or hydroxy group, means what happens? The mineralocorticoid activity would be decreased, and slightly the glucocorticoid activity would be decreased. and it is having anti-inflammatory activity. So if we are introducing methyl group or hydroxy group to the 16th position, the mineralocorticoid activity would be increased, and the glucocorticoid activity also would be decreased, and it is having anti-inflammatory activity. So that's all about the SAR of corticosteroids.